Hey, what's up, everybody? DTD Nos here. Not DTD Nos, DJX Silence. That's my other account. Ooh, DJX Silence here. So we're taking a look at on TeamLiquid.net here. We're looking at some of the new things that are coming up in Heart of the Swarm, which I'm excited about. I just watched the official replay or the official preview trailer, and this stuff looks pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie. Looks like it's gonna be fun. Um, So if you want to go over to TeamLiquid.net and check this stuff out for yourself, the trailer's up on their website. It's pretty sweet. We're just gonna go through some of the stuff that's on here, and we're gonna just kind of talk about it. So new things for Heart of the Swarm: 20 new missions, 2 to 3 units for each race, which is pretty cool. And some of the other units are being removed. New upgrades, which is cool. Banelings can move while burrowed. This is OP, man. This is ridiculous. Banelings can move while burrowed, which means mobile landmines. Jeez. Battle cruisers get a speed boost ability called Redline Reactor, which is kind of cool. Reapers no longer have a special attack against buildings, but have a passive health regen, which allows them to recharge HP while out of combat. So we might even see the Reaper become a more standard unit, I suppose, as opposed, seeing that they actually kind of get a buff out of this. And since they're kind of really used for early game probe harass and early game drone harass, we'll probably see this get integrated a lot more. Looking at balance, we're looking at the balance panel. Terran versus Zerg heavily favors Terran in Korea, but that's because there's a lot of really good Terran players in Korea. But North American and European servers seem fairly even. Blah blah blah. Pro community, and they say that 111 is too powerful. So Blizzard agrees that pre 1.4, 111 is too strong. The EMP was too strong. Mortal buff was just nice, so nice to have. They're looking about changing the radius for the EMP and a general Protoss in general buff, which is cool. Good for me. I'm a Protoss player, so new things for Heart of the Swarm: fixing missed opportunities, which we'll see what they mean. Removing units that don't work, which I'm assuming that they mean by units that don't necessarily get used all that much. But really, in all honesty, we're seeing in, I guess, nearly every matchup, we see you have your general matchup, you have your general build against TVZ or whatever, but you generally get to see pretty much all the units get built. So, do not add to unit strengths, but fixing their weaknesses. So no buffs in terms of actual strengths. So some of the weaknesses in the Wings of Liberty and things that are going to be versus the fixes. So, for the Terran side, Blizzard they were saying that the Thor should be a mass counter to Muta. Size is a huge problem, high cost. Mass Muta can spread in Magic Box very easily. Late game, Zealot is very powerful versus Terran. Battle mode for Hellions, slower and tougher endgame. Fighter versus Archon, Zealot, Colossus, etc. The Warhound. A smaller and faster version of the Thor anti-mech ground attack, making a Thor the fantasy of a super unit. And then the Shredders, cheap board control, don't add to the Ball of Death. So it looks like we're going to be seeing some new units. So obviously we're going to be seeing the Warhound, we're going to be seeing the Battle Mode Hellions, which I actually saw a thing in the video. It's nuts. It's nuts. So it looks like here, yeah, this is one of the weaknesses. They're also making the Thor. So we're just gonna see what changes they make to the Thor here coming up soon. For Zerg, siege mode challenges and missed opportunities. Ultras have a size problem. They get stuck in your army and units. Endgame splash. They get buffed. It seems they get buffed. Find a way to clean up a lot of Marines. Burrow charge upgrade, which is, I'm assuming, is their ability to move while burrowed for a lot of things. They're taking out overseers, so I wonder what Um, I really wonder what kind of mobile detection that they're going to be putting in for Zerg, because yeah, this was the biggest one. Vipers pull to prevent Colossus from climbing up cliffs, which you also see in the trailer, which is insane. Swarm host siege unit and gains map control. So I'm assuming these are kind of like tanks. I think these were also shown in the trailer. They're more so for they're like they burrow and then they hold area in the map on the map. So those are kind of cool. Protoss, no solid rating option, so especially early in mid game, which makes sense for Protoss. You don't have the swarm ability as like you do with Terran with reactor barracks, or making a lot of Zerglings early game. So you're kind of you're kind of on the down disadvantage, with Protoss for those early units. So I agree that that's definitely a disadvantage that they have now. So don't focus on killing units, but viable through. Yeah, okay, I don't understand what this one means really, but lack of AoE, anti-air. So we're going to see actually the anti-air come into effect, which I saw was really cool. The AoE thing was really cool. It was I don't know if you guys saw that there was a video for Husky that he did, and it had an outline of one of the new units, and it looked like it had a giant claw or something like that. It was like the head of of an Ultralisk or something like that, and it flew around, and it had like a charge in the middle of it. Well, that thing actually I saw in the trailer. It's used for doing it's like for an AoE storm sort of, or for like an air storm sort of thing. It's really cool. It shoots like a ball of lightning and it does AoE. It's pretty cool. Carrier out, Tempest in. So that's the new one of the units. We're not getting carriers anymore. So AoE for anti-air. Oracle added Protoss caster that copies other races' units and becomes them. So I wonder. I think this might be like a changeling sort of thing. We'll see what kind of abilities the Oracle have other than just the copying. Unless it turns them like into a Thor or something, that'd be retarded. Mothership gone. Oracle in. Air raiding unit has stasis and can stop minerals from mining. So we'll see what else there is for there. So let's see. We're gonna check out this stuff here. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Protoss. So upon analysis, actually here, let's do this. We'll do a separate video. So this is just part one. So this is overall the all general things that are going to be fixed in general in Heart of the Swarm. So in the next video, we're gonna take a look at the descriptions of each unit for Protoss, Terran, and Zerg. And we'll take a look at those, and then after that we'll go to the gameplay aspects, and then after that we'll actually take a look at some pictures from BlizzCon and from in game for Heart of the Swarm. All right, so yeah, check out the next video.